No, you do not always have to have it all together. Hey everyone, so a lot of people can look at other people's lives and think like, wow, like that person has it all together, that person does this, that, and the third, so their life is perfect and all this stuff. I know I've even been told this, like, wow, like you're in pharmacy school, you're doing big things, you're doing this, that, and the third, like you have it all together. And I've also had comments from people that tell me, like, what's your passion? You know, what are you passionate about? What is it that you want to do? What do you want to do after pharmacy school? Why do you like pharmacy school? Why do you want to do this? Why? Truthfully, it's no one's business. And I feel like a lot of you watching this video right now, you've been on both spectrums where people are looking at you and they're just like, wow, you have it all together. And then there are other people who look at you and just like, well, what are you doing next? What's the next steps? Who want to know everything and who try to make you feel like you are not where you need to be. So I wanted to do a video pretty much letting you know that you do not need to listen to the opinions of others and only focus on God's opinion of you. Now, for those of you who get to those points and people are trying to tell you, or people try to make you feel like you are not where you need to be, or people try to make you feel like you need to have everything all figured out, stop right there. We are all at different levels and different areas in our life, so not everyone is going to be on the same page as you. And sometimes people are not asking to be nosy, but some people really just care for you and they just want to make sure that you're going in the right direction. Like this could be from your parents or from friends or from significant others. They're just concerned about what the next steps are and, you know, making sure that you're making the right decision. But at the same time, it can be overwhelming. It can instill thoughts that try to make you feel like you need to be doing more. They can instill thoughts that make you question the very thing that it is that you even want to do. And I just want to have this video to kind of debunk all of that and to kind of make you know that you do not need to feel pressured into feeling like you need to have it all together or to pinpoint or hone into specific things that you enjoy or different passions that you have. Like, you don't have to have it all figured out. And Bible verse that I want to share is I brought out the big Bible. I love this Bible. I know I talk about it all the time, but this is the Bible that I use. It's the NLT Study Bible. It's great. I love it because literally it has the word on top, and then it has it has the word on top, and then it has like commentary at the bottom, pretty much explaining everything at the top. So it's really good. But yeah, so in Philippians 1 verse 3, it says, every time I think of you, I give thanks to my God. Whenever I pray, I make my request for all of you with joy, for you have been my partners in spreading the good news about Christ from the time you first heard it until now. And I'm certain that God, who began the good work within you, will continue his work until it is finally finished on the day when Christ Jesus returns. So pretty much just going on, Paul's talking to the Philippians and he's saying like, wow, I love you guys so much. Like, you guys have really been spreading the good news with me and I just love y'all and I'm just so happy that that is the case. And God, who has started this work in you, is going to be faithful to complete it. And I love this verse and I'm always reminded of it when I feel like I'm not where I want to be, or I feel like I'm pressured from whether it's society or people that make me feel like I'm not where I should be, or make me feel like I don't know what it is that I'm doing. But it's just my reminder that, you know, God, who has started a good work in you, he's faithful to compute it. Well, he can compute it too. But he's faithful to complete it because he is the one who has started the good work in you. And you have to remember that people aren't the one who started that good work in you. Society isn't the one who started that good work in you, but it is God who has started that good work in you. So whether you are in a new position or you are in just a new stage in life and you're a little confused about what the next steps are, you just have feelings that are just like, okay, I don't know, like I'm not sure, and Like you're just like, whenever you're in a new season in your life, it's scary because you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to expect. And this is so easy for the devil to really just come in and try to make you feel like you don't know what it is that you're supposed to be doing, even though God has shared with you that you are exactly where you need to be, but you just don't know how to explain it. The enemy loves this. He loves to come into our mind and be like, no, you're not supposed to be here. No, you really don't want to do that. No, you're not supposed to go to this school. You're not supposed to do this. No, that wasn't God. That's you telling yourself that. Because we're so vulnerable to believe that. The way how the enemy works is that he doesn't just use random people. Like if a random person on the street came up to me and just like, oh yeah, you're not supposed to go to this pharmacy school. Oh yeah, you're not supposed to be part of this, or you're not supposed to be doing this, that, and the third that God has put in your heart, but you're just still not sure about all the details of it. If it's a random person on the street, you're gonna be like, psh, who are you? Like, I don't care. But it'll be the very people that you care about that try to instill those thoughts. And it's not that it's on purpose. Some family members or friends could just be concerned, but it's like they're asking at the wrong minute. And the enemy loves to use that to make you feel like you don't know what it is that you're doing, even though God is working in you. But not all the time does he share the full details of his plan with you. And that's okay. So I love this verse because it serves as a reminder that God is working in you. He has started a work in you, and even though you don't know the full details of it, you don't need to doubt, or you don't need to listen to people trying to tell you that you need to have it all together. But what you do need to do is to trust God every single day, just working and, just, following the direction that he places. Like I said, he doesn't always share the full details of what it is that he has put in your heart, but you just have to trust that every single day that he's working towards that greater plan, that big picture that you can't necessarily see right now. So what I want to encourage you to do is just to stay in your word. Like when I tell you, I'm talking to me too, because I struggle with this. I'm so quick to pray and play a worship song and just being full on out worship, which is fine. That's great. I'm gonna tell you, I love worship. Like that's great. But this is very important. This is how we fight those thoughts, and this is how we can really get through certain seasons that we are in. Listening to the word when those thoughts try to come in my mind, just being like, no, Danicia, remember that God who has created a good work in you is going to be faithful to complete it. So when thoughts are trying to tell you like, no, you need to figure it out now. You need to figure out where you're going, why you're going there, and you shouldn't be going there. You're not supposed to be there. Or people trying to tell you like, why do you like this? Why do you want to do this? And you don't have an answer because God has placed something in your heart, but you're just like, God put this in my heart, but I don't know why, and I'm not quite sure why I want to do this and why I'm necessarily passionate about it, but I just know that I am, and I can't really explain it, and people try to make you feel like that that's not okay. But when you are really in your word, you can fight it. You can fight those thoughts saying like, no, God has started a work in me and he's going to be faithful to complete it, even if I don't know the entire details of it. Even if I don't necessarily know how it's all going to work out, I know that he is doing something good, and I just have to trust that, because you all know, if you have lived a good amount of life, you know that when you try to do things on your own, it just crashes and burns in your face, and you're just like, how? But when you really just surrender everything to God and you just trust him with everything, you just see how beautiful it works out, and you're just like, how to, and God is just so great that even when you make mistakes and even when you don't necessarily follow what it is that he's sharing, he still works that brokenness for our good. What's that song? It's like, you make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust or dark. I don't know, but he really does make the broken beautiful. So if you are at a part in life when you're a little confused about what the next steps are, what your future holds, but you know that God is doing something great, that is fine. Do not give in to the thoughts of other people trying to tell you that you have to have it all figured out. You don't. I know it can be really hard, especially when you're hearing stuff like that from family members or close friends, significant others. Like, it's hard, but you just have to trust that God is doing something really beautiful in your life. And even though you might not understand it completely right now, you just have to fully surrender to him. because He can do it a lot better than you can. So don't freak out, don't stress out if you don't have it all together, but trust God every single day. Stay in your word, stay in prayer, and trust that He is going to just lead you and guide you and direct you exactly where you need to go. So trust Him. That's pretty much all I want to share. I really wanted to share this video. Um, I was getting to a point where I was starting to. I've been at this point in life where people really close to me tried to tell me that I had to have it all together, and I realized that you don't. You don't have to have it all together. You don't necessarily need to know what it is that you are interested in or passionate about immediately. Like you really don't, and it's okay. Like you don't have to feel like that there's something wrong. Because for the longest, I felt like there was something wrong with me. But at the end of the day, if God has put something in your heart, just trust that and don't listen to what other people have to say, because as life goes on, our minds change, our passions change, our interests change, like it changes. And that's fine too. So you don't have to feel like you have to be stuck into one thing and have an answer for everyone. Honestly, it's nobody's business. So it's between you and God. So don't ever feel like you owe an answer to anyone when they're trying to make you feel like you have to have it all figured out. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. You can comment below or you can email me at behismasterpiece@gmail.com. I hope you all have a great day. And as always, be his masterpiece. Bye, everyone.